One more story. This is something that it's a little touchy, but a lot of people have been asking about us, and it's Ben Affleck going back into rehab.
Ooh, baby.
And it sucks because, at least my opinion, there are a lot of people that are like,
sad.
Batman's in trouble. Batman's in trouble. And it's like,
how about the guy's life?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you get rid of this bullshit with Batman and tying it to him forever and just go, this man is in trouble?
Can we play devil's advocate for a second, though?
Real quick.
Yeah.
There's something I want to say about this because I think that this goes into what we do. This goes into what anybody who puts themselves out there to be in the public, a public persona goes through. A lot of times people will look at someone that they think they know because they've seen them in movies, and they think that that makes it okay to say things about them, whether they say some messed up stuff about their, oh, he's drinking again, he's so fucked up. And it's like, you don't have compassion as a human being. The guy is a human, okay? He has made mistakes in his life. He has done things in his life that maybe we don't agree with some things. Maybe there's ways that, maybe he had some demons that he had some demons he couldn't overcome.
Still does.
And I don't know now if it's because in general I felt this way. I feel it even more so now. I've just been looking at the world a lot differently lately. And when I heard this story, to me, it's like it's good in that he's trying again, and it's also good that Jennifer Garner is helping him, because Jennifer Garner, to me, this is the father of her children. This is you've heard, again, I don't know the woman, but I've heard amazing stories about her, how she is as a person, and she wants to help him. And I think that it is on us as humans to be sympathetic and to say, good luck to you, get yourself together. I'm rooting for him as a father,
100%.
And so I think that before you comment about a fucking Batman movie or whatever it might be, think about the man as a man. Think about the man as a human being, and think about that stuff. It's not just a personality that you see. He's a father. He's someone's friend.
And this may sound tough to say, but maybe the Batman role drove him to drink. Maybe that fandom, maybe that whole thing of the Batman world.
I think he had a lot more, but he was doing.
Yeah.
He was doing that. I mean, I'm sure. Maybe it lent. Maybe the stress of it, of getting himself having to do in shape, the curtain pressure, the people, the comments. I'm sure it didn't. He's had the demons before. He's been. He's had gambling problems. He's had drinking problems. And it's like. It's a thing that is not just easy to kick. Like, it's a disease, man. Like, there are things, whether it's, again, we talked about it the other day with, like, cops are as far as, like, when he was talking about anger, right? Yeah. That's a thing that, it shouldn't be, if someone is having an issue, you shouldn't poke at it. You should say, okay, you want to take some time off, do your thing, work on it, do it. Same thing with him. The man's got a problem, and if it's a drug problem, if it's whatever it might be, people should be sympathetic.
And it takes a special kind of individual to realize that you have a problem, because there are a lot of people that don't realize they have a problem either until it's too late, or they don't think it's a problem at all. And then it's clearly. Okay,
I agree with you guys. I do. But I mean, I don't know if there is a bigger Affleck fan out there. I'm obviously a Boston girl. Goodwill is my favorite movie of all time. Nice. I love him. I've seen I love him. But I think that things that I'm learning more and more as I attempt to adult is that there can be two truths at once, and one thing doesn't negate the other. And you can wish him the best, and you can root for him, and you can not tweet mean things, and you can hope that he gets the help that he needs. And you can also be bummed about Batman.
Well, totally.
At the same time. And you don't need to share that via social media, you piece of crap. How could you ruin my movie?
Right.
You can just think to yourself, I loved him as Batman, and I'm bummed that I don't get that. And you can also think, I'm really, really happy that he's getting the help that he needs.
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah, but it's just so crazy because people don't find a way to think both things appropriately.
I think it's etiquette. It's a matter of etiquette. Look, and the last thing before we go to break here, I think it's very similar. Look at what's going on with both. This is relating it to what we're doing, right? The Shire Wolves, Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing.
She broke my heart last night. Holy shit!
Well, look, those two, I can tell you, are the hardest working people in the Shimona. They work so hard. They've been and like it means a lot to them. They wanted to be champions very, very badly, and they pushed and they moved and they did everything that they could, and they played who was in front of them. That was the thing. The Shire Wolves played. If you're doing a search for them, just do Shire Wolves, Shimoda. And they were looking, and they played everyone that was there. But because Sam Levine gave up the championships, like, well, they didn't earn it. They didn't earn it. They didn't do this, and that gets on, you know. But there's a thing though, and this is playing both sides here, right? Now, I think that fans, because we treat the Schmoedown like a sport, the fans should be able to say, like, if Josh McCouga is playing Finstock, and I'm a Finstock fan, I should say, I'm rooting for Finstock. I don't like Josh McCouga. I think that I'm tired of his antics. I think I'm allowed to say that. I don't like where he's gone. I think you're allowed to say that as a fan. Okay. However, I think there's also a way that you can say things, because I think it's okay to say, like, I think that they had an easy path to the title. You can say that. I don't agree with you. I think the Patriots had an easier road to the title than the Shire Wolves did. I think the Shire Wolves played 3 really tough matches and played everyone in front of them. But I think that, you know, Rachel was very outspoken about it. And then, you know, there was a friend of mine, which, you know, you had said, well, the people who run the show should really, you know, monitor all this stuff. I can't monitor the internet, man. I was I try to do what I can and delete certain comments and talk to certain people and say, and do stuff like this. But it goes back to the Ben Affleck thing. It's like,
there's a line.
Just treat me right.
There's a line.
Yeah.
And if you're a person and you're a person of integrity, character, whatever, don't cross that line.
Or not even integrity, character, like decent, like halfway decent.
Sure. Right.
I'm trying to hold people to a higher standard. If you will.
Totally. But I just don't even think you have to be that good of a person to just be decent.
I don't think it, like, you get it if you're being a douche.
Right.
You get it if you're saying something so awful. There is a line, and it's crossed all the time in Schmoedown, on the internet.
In general.
In general.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
but you know when you're being an asshole.
It's my initial point of, because you don't know these people, that you think you see them as characters. You don't see them as humans, because the same people that are commenting, whether it's on a Shire Wolves match or whether it's on a Ben Affleck video, right? They meet them in person and they're asking for an autograph. They're not saying these things. I know that I've met people that have been douchey to me on the internet, but when they've met me, they wanted to take a picture or they wanted to do this. Like, that happens.
I called out a guy on Twitter. He said, "I just wanted to take your attention."
Right.
And he's like, "I'm so sorry."
There are better ways. But anyway, listen. So this is a great conversation so far. We're going to go to break. When we get back.